How many of you out there feel like there's just something not right in your world? Something always hanging over your head. You don't know what it is. I tried putting my blog together today. It wouldn't work. So I had to do it all online on YouTube, because it wouldn't upload. Not the one I did online, or on my program. Anyway, so I still got something hanging over my head. Maybe you can see it. But anyway, this is tomorrow's vlog, but I'll call it a night now. And I'll do tomorrow's vlog tomorrow. Night. I can see you. No, actually, I can't. And I only need these for reading because I had cataracts removed a few years ago. But I'm so used to wearing them. My husband says, I don't like you without them on. He used to say he didn't like me with them on because I never used to wear them. Anyway, not subject for today. I just wanted to talk a little about something here with my COPD. I have no problem whatsoever with people asking me about it. I have no problem if you have COPD or emphysema, some other portion of it, or some other lung disease. You can ask me questions. It doesn't bother me. I don't mention it because well, it's part of my everyday life, and there's times when it gets me down more than others, but I just got other things in my life too, and it's not going to rule me, but, except when I'm sick, which I have been, and, I'm getting better, but my body's still a little worn. Enough about that, but just don't be afraid. I'm on Facebook at Glenda K. Miller Fralin, and you can message me there, and I will try to answer your questions as best I can, or just be there for you to spiel at, and because I'm certainly no expert on everybody's COPD or lung problem. But anyway, if you just need to vent, need whatever, just give me a holler, put it in the comments, whatever. And please do subscribe and like this, because it lets me know I'm reaching you. And I really like to reach out to people because, golly, I don't get out very much. Okay, enough of that. Okay, I'm going to have to wrap tonight up on this thing. But I am going to try and get some footage on that I promised yesterday. Didn't realize till after I had my vlog uploaded that it weren't there. So all you had to look at was my ugly mug. Anyway, hey, I am a good looking chick. Depends on who's doing the looking. But if you want to see these eyes, wait till my oxygen turns off. Oh my Lord. Yeah, I got a story about today. I was in the kitchen a while ago and making myself a glass of tea. I was feeling really, really out of breath, and it was like very unusual. I mean, I've been out of breath before, and I've had my oxygen, and immediately I kind of knew what was wrong. Because I'd been sitting in here, and it wasn't really bothering me. Anyway, I thought I had a kink in my hose. I thought, well, I can fix that. So I'm struggling with that. And every move you make when you're requiring oxygen expends that oxygen. And you're not having a whole lot to begin with. Anyway, I found out it wasn't the tubing. At least not the part I could get to. My concentrator is 2 rooms away. So I hitchhike over, starting to get really like this, only a little more realistic. Anyway, I get in there. I go ahead and I sit down because it's right near the bathroom. So I sit down and I keep untangling my tubing because I got a 50-foot tubing. And they do, believe me, they get tangled. The more you walk around with them, the more they will tangle on themselves. I get it undone, still no oxygen coming through. I took a bath earlier, and when I did, I realized that my humidifier bottle that's on the concentrator was totally dry. That's why anyway, so I filled it. The first time I put the lid on, I knew it didn't feel right when I screwed it back on. So I undid it, and I did it again. And I hooked it all back up, and there was oxygen coming through. So I had no reason to really believe it wasn't that. Turned out it was. Somehow, that lid had worked itself loose. Somehow through the vibration of the bubbles going through there, or something, or just me tugging on it. That shouldn't happen, but it can, I suppose. Because usually what would happen is that, because it sits in a little Velcro strap, so it should move, turn. But anyway, I wasn't turning blue yet I was like, maybe I don't need this as bad as I think because I'm not turning blue. But I was sure uncomfortable. I thought, I don't want to be that uncomfortable. So anyway. And then another incident happened earlier today. I wasn't involved in this incident, but I wanted the person who was to tell it to the camera. And that's my husband. He's like, no. And I had pointed my camera at him, my camera. I've got it on this thing because I haven't got my tripod yet, but it's coming. Anyway. And if I hold it, it's shaky. But anyway. He got to laughing because my battery had gone dead. I tried hooking it into the computer because I knew if it got power from the computer, well, all it wants to do when it's hooked to the computer is communicate with the computer. So he got out of telling his story. So I'm going to tell his story. He hit a deer today. I don't think it was named Bambi, but he did hit a deer today. Thank goodness I don't think him here or the deer were harmed. His old car, that's all we have is old vehicles. Because we don't want too cheap to buy. We don't want payments. They're nasty. But anyway, I think it's a 93 Chevelle. I don't know. Anyway. But it hit the plastic on the front of the grill. Cracked it. That's it. This man drives 50 miles to the penitentiary every day to work. To be in the warehouse and work and make sure all things get supplied. And this is a deer run. I mean, we're in rural Nebraska. We get deer running. And this and that road, it's an east-west road between Beatrice and Tecumseh, Nebraska, that he travels to get to Highway 50 where the pen is. Anyway, always deer running. But usually there's certain seasons when they run more. Well, in December they run a lot because they're in rut. He asked, why would they be running today? I said, I don't know. Rut? He says, I thought that already happened. I said, I know. Because generally they birth in the spring. I said, well, it might be that they grazed off a place and they were running for changing and get some different grass. But he said the people behind him were all trying to get around deer too, or avoid deer as well. So both of us had our stories today that could have been, but were not, disasters. Neither for us or animal kind. So, anyway, cute little fun story time. And I'll sign off with that and say, hopefully tomorrow I will be back.